Good morning. Alright, I got the green bar. That's good. I started this like 2 minutes early just so I can make sure this is working. I've had some technical difficulties in the past week, though I seem to have gone through this week without difficulties. So that's good. I don't know. It's good because I'm starting to get used to this app, and look at my awesome new icon. Thank you, Brandon, so much. He actually made me a bunch of icons, and it took me forever to pick one. And I'm using this one today, but we'll see. I might pick a different one because this is, I don't know. I really like it. I like them all. That's the problem. It's not like, oh, I don't like this icon. Actually, the issue is I like them all. So, alright, it's 10 a.m. Welcome to Daily Justine Live. This is my talk about whatever I want show. Good morning, and I got a few things to talk about. Then I want to interact with the chat a little bit. Actually, I have a bunch of things. I have like a whole. I started writing things down so I wouldn't get lost. Well, the first thing I want to say is I feel like I'm going live right now. I don't know if this is like a sub box bomb right now because I uploaded on JP Metz this morning. Then I was like, you know what? The raw footage is so funny because it's like a 9-minute video. I cut it down to a 3-minute video. And I was like, oh, it was so funny though when it was 9 minutes. So I posted the whole 9 minutes on this channel. And now I'm going live. So I don't know if this is like a lot of, well, there's not really a sub box anymore. A subscription page. I don't know if this is a subscription page bomb. But here I am. Going live. That's the first thing I wanted to get to. I apologize, I guess, for that. I don't know. I would rather not. I was always the kind of YouTuber, I see the value in leaving you guys waiting a little bit, meaning not uploading a video every day. But, I mean, this is just how it's going to be because the JP Metz video was going up this morning. I wanted to put up that the raw footage on this channel, and now I'm going live, so you guys are gonna have to deal. And that's it. Alright, that's the first thing that I wanted to get to today. I've already got a couple people chatting to me, so I'm gonna get to the chat. I'm gonna look at the chat in like 10 or 20 minutes, so hold up. First thing I wanted to talk about today, as every morning, I'm like looking at the news, and this morning I go on, I was looking at financial news, and it was all the same thing I've been complaining about, like that there was a couple of Fed members coming out saying, oh, we're going to raise rates this month, so because of that, the Dow's down today, and that's basically what financial news is. It's like so boring to me now. So I go on the Huffington Post, and I don't know if I can show things on here, but the Huffington, I'm talking, wait, no. Is this the Huffington Post? Well, the Huffington Post is, before that, I went to Business Insider. So I go to businessinsider.com, which is, Business Insider I feel like is the Huffington Post Part 2. You know, there used to be good information on there, I feel like a decade ago, and now it's like clickbait, mindless drivel. And actually, this is a perfect example. I go on businessinsider.com, and I left it up, and it's a picture of Donald Trump, big in the middle, and it says up top in big letters, the only option. That's the name of the article. The only option, with a picture of Donald Trump. And I feel like it's really, see, this is actually exactly why I feel like it's okay if, you know, there's a lot that I've noticed lately making people feel bad if maybe they didn't make a decision yet, who they want to vote for president, maybe they want to go to a third party. And this is exactly why I feel like that's okay. Because we don't know the truth of anything. Why don't we know the truth? Because everybody's got an opinion that has one of these news outlets. Their mind's already made up, and they're out there putting their opinion as fact, on what should be a news site. The only option with the picture of Donald Trump. And by the way, when I clicked on that link, it's totally unrelated. It's something about Florida. I don't know. I don't want to click on it. I'm clicking on it. The article's about the only option, Florida newspaper calls for a federal investigation into the Trump Foundation. So, I don't know. There's calls for investigations into Clinton's foundation, calls for investigations into the Trump Foundation, and why is this like, I don't know. It's really, why is this article the only option? Florida newspaper calls for a federal investigation into the Trump Foundation, which I feel like if somebody is running for president and they have a foundation, I'm not against, the feds investigating what's being done with donated money. I think that's fine. However, why is this article titled "The Only Option" in all caps with a picture of Donald Trump? I just feel like I said, these outlets already have their mind made up. So, and this is where we're getting our information. So it's like, if you catch whiff of that, so it's hard for you to make a decision because you don't know what's real. That's okay. And don't let anybody bully you into making a decision here, because I mean, like I talked about in yesterday's stream, it's about you and your values, and more people need to be in touch with them. And I just, and unfortunately with these news outlets, they're all biased. They've already made their decision. So it's hard to make a decision if you count on them for information. The best thing that I feel like a person can do is to, I mean, excuse me, I have a cold or something coming on, which I don't understand because I don't leave the house. Anyway, I don't understand how a person is supposed to make an informed decision. That's the thing. A person can make an emotional decision. A person can make a rash decision. How do you make an informed decision with headlines like these? And unfortunately, in society, and I'm not even gonna say American society, because I've never left America. I don't know if it's like this in other places in the world, but it's a lot of these news outlets like Business Insider or wherever, they really depend on the clicks. So this ad here is getting an impression. And that's how there's a giant Optimum online ad. They want the clicks, they want the views, the page views. They sell those page views to advertisers, and it's important. And I feel like those page views are more important than substance. And it's actually not just news outlets and politicians I'm talking about. The news, everything. It's all clickbait. It's all just trying to grab your attention. They recognize that we have attention spans like a fish, and we're probably just going to read a headline. That's scary when you go to businessinsider.com and there's a giant picture of Donald Trump in giant letters, the only option. I mean, and trust me, I don't think the news or media outlets in general are all biased toward Trump. I mean, I had a very different impression when I watched other things. Like I saw the Commander-in-Chief forum on, I saw it on MSNBC. I don't know what other channel was on, but it was like a debate, except it was Trump got half an hour, Clinton got half an hour, Matt Lauer was asking them questions, and Matt Lauer's first question to Trump was something like, "Why are you qualified for president?" Why, and it's kind of like, or the question was something like that, and it's like, why is he qualified? Because he beat 15 other politicians in the, that's why. It's because he beat lots of other Republicans in the primaries. That's why he's qualified. I mean, I don't know, ask the people that voted for him. if you want to know why, it's just, I thought that was so biased because, of course, he didn't ask Hillary that. I'm just saying, it's just like Matt Lauer obviously already made up his mind. This is what I'm getting at. People already making outlets that already made up their mind feeding us the news. And it's hard because when we read the news, what we're reading really is someone else's clickbait opinion. It's difficult to make an informed opinion or to form your own opinion when it's based on someone else's opinion and it's all just like clickbait and then the actual substance gets lost. Let me give you a non-presidential election example because I was also looking at I do like Lady Gaga. I'm a fan-ish. And she has a new song, I think came out today or yesterday or something. I haven't heard it yet, and I forget what it's called. But the thing with Lady Gaga is, I say I'm a fan, but I haven't been. And it's not even that new, because the reasons why it has to do with her, she wears things that, I know she's not an animal activist. She's not vegan. She's nothing, but she'll wear activist things. Like remember her meat dress a few years ago at the VMAs, I think, and recently she was wearing this $20,000 fur coat or something, and I feel like, but that's the kind of stuff. I don't know if it's actually her making some kind of statement, like her, but I think it's actually her just recognizing that it's getting people talking, and that's all that matters in today's clickbait society. You get people, they're like bored, they're on HuffPo.com, and they're looking at like, oh, wow, that's excessive. Look at that coat Lady Gaga's wearing, and it gets people talking. And in the meanwhile, what doesn't get talked about is the issue at hand, which is the pain and torture that these animals go through for that coat. It gets lost in the noise, and Lady Gaga gets a click and a view and a download though. So what does it matter? And it's very disingenuous to me. I'm pretty positive that Lady Gaga is not an activist because I think she's come out with a cookbook and there's like meat recipes, if I remember correctly. I could be totally wrong about all this, but even if she is vegan, it's like just using a coat to get attention or a meat dress or whatever. Why don't you get people's attention with good music? Whatever happened with that? No, you gotta you want people talking about you on Huffington Post, so you gotta wear a ridiculous fur coat. What else did I have written down here? Anyway, so I used to be a fan of hers, and it's not that I don't think that she's cool or whatever. It's just I wish she didn't have to with this stuff. It's like being controversial for being controversial's sake to get people talking about you. Why not try to get people talking about you because you're cool or you're funny or you're talented or you're, you gotta, if you have to use like a shock value to get attention, then it kind of, to me, it would indicate that this person is not cool or not funny or not talented, and they have to go about getting your attention in these less savory ways. And anyway, that's why I don't like Lady Gaga, because and I remember years ago, I thought that she was the coolest. I loved like Bad Romance, and she was very different, very doesn't care about what you think. But I guess it's hard to not care about what people think about you when you're all over the Huffington Post and people talking about you, and I can get it, but I feel like it's a shame being controversial for its own sake, because then it's like, well, what about the issues though? The issues get lost, and the issues don't get talked about. A few days ago, I made a video on here that was for this girl I watch on YouTube, Amber Lynn, and Amber Lynn mentioned in a couple, she daily vlogs, and she mentioned in a couple vlogs that she was interested in plant-based weight loss, so I made a video that was like a how-to. You know, Amber, I know you want to, so here, let me tell you how I've done it, you know. And she did see it. I saw that she commented, and that's really cool. But since then, and I still watch her videos, but since then, I've realized that I think her channel's just a giant troll, because, which is brilliant in a way. If that's all you care about is clicks and views and money, it's brilliant, but this is a girl who is very overweight, and that was one of the reasons why I felt compelled to make this video, because I thought, wow, this person's about to die. Anyway, so since then, or actually not even since then, I was looking at her channel, and what she does is she gets such mean comments like, Amber, you're gonna die, why are you eating that, blah blah blah. And she plays up on it, and like a day or two after I posted that video and she commented, she posted a dinner, she posted a video like, what's for dinner, and the thumbnail is a picture of an Oreos package, and she's just kind of like trying to get the clicks and views. She knows that when she posts a video that's controversial and that she's eating something horrible, she gets a lot of attention for that video. And you know, unfortunately for her, it's true. I was scoping out her channel because I guess, look, I don't have a job. Anyway, so I'm scoping her channel, and seriously, her most popular videos, her videos with the most discussion are the videos where she's voluntarily using a motor cart at Walmart and buying junky food. And it's kind of like, I guess, like the Honey Boo Boo effect, like people just watching it because it's a train wreck. I don't know. And maybe she realizes that, and she made a video, and she made herself a channel based on that. She recognized that. Oh. I've knocked this iPhone over so many times, and it doesn't have a case. So this is why I feel like people that are like, oh, iPhones, they're so, iPhones, they're, I don't like this. They're so fragile, they break, and I just really wonder what people are doing to their phones, because I've, knocked over my iPhones, I've dropped them so many times, and this doesn't even have a crack. It should, but it doesn't, and I feel like these are actually very resilient phones. Anyway, Amberlynn, I feel like I'm being hard on her, but I'm just using it as an example. This is how you get attention, and your news is the same way, and this is why it's important for you to know, to have a sense of what is important to you in regards to how you're going to vote, how you're going to eat, how you're going to whatever. It's important to know what's important to you. And I think that's all I had. I'm just not a fan of being controversial for being controversial's sake. That's all I'm getting at. Because, sure, be controversial, get a click, get a view, but then what? Then at that point you've made no contribution to society or to YouTube or anything. Alright, there's a lot going on in the chat. I think I can safely move on to the chat now. Thank you guys for indulging me and letting me talk forever about whatever. I'll be a mildly apologist until the end of time. That's fine. You know, I think Miley's cool. Just saying. Good morning, Kelsey. Thank you for coming. You can see me advancing these streams? Oh, thank you. I hope so. Well, this, my new bottom icon came from, Brandon made these, and I have to ask Brandon how he wants me to shout him out. Not a ton of people watch these streams, so I don't know if he cares, but I am so grateful because I love this icon. I mean, that picture of me in the corner was driving me crazy, and this morning I finally figured out how to replace it with this. Took like half an hour. I actually don't. Okay, what do you think about sacrilegious flaunt magazine pictures with Britney? I actually haven't heard about this, but Britney Spears has made her career out of being gorgeous and being an icon and looking great, and actually, basically, Britney Spears can do anything, and I wouldn't be mad. How many pictures or video of her exist of her sucking on a dairy filled Starbucks? I'm not even mad because Brittany's like, God, that's gotta be hard for her because it's like she can do no wrong. Um, Sacrilegious magazine picture. I haven't heard about this, so I guess they're I, you know what? I'm gonna look this up after the stream. Um, Justine, are you vegan now? Oh man, you haven't been watching my videos. Heck yeah, I've been. For actually, next month it's gonna be a year. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been a long. But like I've said, I've had some mishaps. It's not like I've been Excuse me. I've had some mishaps. It's not like I've been perfect. So, yeah. Like I've had, I don't know, so I can't say the past year has been 100% vegan. There's been a few mishaps. One of them I put on Instagram because I was like, yeah, non-dairy caramel frappuccino at Starbucks, and it's like, I didn't realize the caramel sauce is not vegan. But so there's been a few times like that, but there's also been a few times I've straight up eaten meat. Um, and like I ate meat on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. I had meat, and then I had a steak a few weeks ago. We start using the word plant based because I'm afraid of not afraid, but anyway, I've been plant based for the past year, and was it an accident that you ate meat? No, no, it was not an accident. Actually, what it was it was the holidays, and I live with my family, and that's what happened. It's a terrible excuse, but it's knowing yeah, that's what happened. And the fact that I don't eat meat or dairy is very odd in my house. Not odd, it's just um nobody else is plant based. So it's just a challenge. Oysters. I don't really have an opinion on oysters. I've heard about how oysters may or may not be vegan. Some people consider them vegan, some people don't, and I don't really eat oysters. Like oysters is not the type of thing that I'm exposed to often. I don't know. I don't go out and get oysters ever, so I think I'm just going to continue to not eat or avoid oysters. Um, Going vegan is not how I lost weight, or going plant based is not how I lost weight. But um, you know what? The cheetah can come after me if he wants to because I'll take the views. I can't stand that guy. He can any YouTube vegan that wants to like come after me because I ate meat 4 times in the past year. Go for it. I'll take the shadow because I feel like, look, if everybody in America ate meat as often as I did, we'd be looking at a very different world. I feel like so. I don't mean to, excuse. I don't feel good about the times that I ate meat, but I'm just saying that I also don't. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm transitioning. What if I only eat meat a couple days a week, or freaking that's I feel like just eating less meat is a great step. I feel like if everybody just ate less meat, it'd be huge. And anyway, so I guess what I'm saying is I don't feel good about eating the meat, but it happened and don't feel great about it. However, it was the holidays and I'm like we have like family gatherings on the holidays. Literally nothing on the table is plant based, and it's hard to it's just hard. Was I sick after I ate the meat? Actually, no, not at all. I actually felt fine. You know what does make me feel sick though? And I know because I remember I had a piece of cheese on Easter and that made me sick. That gave me such a stomach ache that I had that stomach ache the rest of the day from one piece of cheese. Oh my god, dairy's awful. Ugh. And then, I kind of went plant based, kind of cold turkey, but that's because I was really avoiding dairy for years before I stopped eating meat. So it's not that it was easier, but yeah, because I was already pretty much off cheese, off milk, off all that stuff. And then I had a piece of cheese on Easter. Holy cow, that was awful. Yeah, dairy is bad. Um, well, I don't know if it's impossible to be the perfect vegan. I'm going to strive to have as little impact as possible. Or I'm going to strive to consume as little animal products as I can. I'm going to continue to do that, but I'm not sure if it's possible to be perfect either because humans can't have a negative footprint on the earth. It just can't happen. So I'm pretty sure that everything that I own or purchase, somebody was exploited, or an animal was exploited, but I think on purpose consuming less meat and dairy is a great step. It's something I can do. It's something I have been doing. And to answer a question that was here before, no, I didn't lose the majority of my weight by eating vegan, but I feel like it's helping me at this point keep it off because vegan foods, in my opinion, they're lower in calorie, they're lower in fat, they're higher in fiber, they're higher in water, and they're basically great weight management foods in my opinion. I mean, not like vegan junk because that stuff's very high in fat and usually high in sugar. But I feel like it's helping me keep it off at this point. So, okay, 4 more minutes. So let me get to the chat. I'll try to stop rambling. Yeah, veganism is about doing the best you can. Um, how about, wait, there's so much. B12 is important, I agree. However, I feel like the B12 thing is kind of, I heard a great saying, you know where I get my B12? Where the animals get their B12 when, you know, so I guess what I'm getting at is B12 is a very common, it's a very common vitamin what's the word I'm looking, I can't think of words. It's very common to have a lack of B12, whether you eat meat or not. So I feel like taking a B complex is a good idea for everybody, whether you eat meat or not. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like maybe a B12, God, what is that word? It's driving me nuts. Deficiency, that's it. Maybe a B12 deficiency. I don't know if it's more common in vegans and vegetarians. I don't know, whatever. I take a B complex anyway with like 5,000% B12, so I'm not worried about it. But really, the animals get their B12 from the vegetation, so it's like propaganda. Um, yeah, there's pills for that. I'm not, oh yeah, favorite vegan dishes. Um, I really like burritos. They're just meaty. I'm a Chipotle fan. And it's one of those things. I've talked about this. I try not to be a jerk. I try not to push my beliefs on somebody. But I remember my sister saying something once about, she said, it was when the Chipotle E. coli thing was going on. And she was like, oh, I don't know how I'm ever going to eat a Chipotle again. If I'm going to get sick, and I couldn't help myself, and I said, yeah, if you eat meat, you have to worry about stuff like that. But it's true. I'm not worried about that because I'm eating rice and beans. I'm not worried about getting E. coli or like mad cow disease. I don't have to. You did make it to a live stream. Congratulations. Of course, you came like 2 minutes before it's ending. So I do these between 10 and 10:30 Eastern AM. Ben and Jerry's makes burgers. I didn't know that. E. coli is most common in salads. Oh, I didn't know that. You know, actually, for a vegan, I eat very few salads. I should work on that. But, see, all my favorite salad dressings, though, are not vegan. They have, like, eggs or whatever in them. So, not all of them, but most of them. I used to love Thousand Island dressing, so I have to make my own vegan version at some point. But that's, like, crafty. I'm really not a make my own dressings type of person. Yeah. So, yeah, hummus on your salad, Bruce, that's really good. That, like, just hummus on, actually hummus on everything. Yes, please. Hummus as a condiment instead of mayonnaise. Hummus in general. Why didn't I buy, I just went food shopping. Why didn't I get hummus or items to make hummus or, oh my god, hummus? Because, see, the only thing with hummus is it's usually, I also try to eat foods that are low in fat. There's usually a lot of oils, canola oil or whatever in hummus. So, yeah, hummus on everything is such a good idea. Alright, well, today's live stream is concluded. Thank you guys very much for coming. I'm glad that somebody said that these seem to be improving, so that's good, because I've been trying. You know what? I gotta keep working on it, though. These are still beta. I'm still not sure, so thank you again for coming. These live streams go up on my Kick and Geesh channel afterwards, so if there's anything you'd like to see me talk about, or any topics you would like, or any changes, recommendations, whatever, leave them in a comment. I'll check them out, because this is beta. I'm still not positive what I want to do with this, but I just like talking about whatever. So, have a good day, and I will see you, tomorrow's Saturday. I'll see you Monday, 10 a.m. through 10:30 a.m. Eastern. I'll be here. I'll be back. Thank you very much. And there'll be a link below for Varush's live show, Varush Tarot. She goes live at 11 a.m. Eastern. So the link is below in the YouTube page. Goodbye. I should be going to that live stream. I'm going to try. I just got a call from my sister. I don't know what that's about. So I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye. See if I can do this.